anything. So here we go, day 3, cloudy.
Very cloudy, very windy,
very windy,
breezy.
much more cooler, much less warmer. Good morning from Headingley Cricket Ground, the same place right behind us. Not that big a build-up. It's a Sunday. It's expected to be packed as always, but the crowd will trickle in. It's still about an hour and a half to go. The city was all empty. I got up at 4:38 in the morning, and it was bright and sunny. It was bright and sunny, trust you me, at 4:38 in the morning. And thereafter, till about 9, it's 9:30 now, one could still see the sun. As we got into the Uber and were coming here, you could still see the sun, but thereafter it's clouded up. And Gargi actually asked me, do you think there's chance of rain? You know, the chance of rain is less. There is chance of precipitation, but that's not too high. But this weather, cloudy, overcast, you know, there is a bit of a breeze, not that warm. This is what India should fancy. If they don't win today, this test match is gone.
The first 2 sessions will be very, very important. Now, we know that Bumrah is bowling brilliantly. Now it's about Shardul Thakur, it's about Prasidh Krishna and Mohammad Siraj picking up the slack. They need to pull up their socks. They need to make sure that the pressure from the other end does not release, because that's what's constantly, that's what has constantly happened throughout India's bowling innings yesterday. We saw that Jasprit Bumrah putting so much pressure, giving nightmares to Ben Duckett, to Joe Root, and from the other end it completely releases. So that's not a tango that we want happening on the pitch right now. I hope there has been a conversation between Gautam Gambhir, Shubman Gill, Mone Mokkal and the rest of the bowlers that, come on, boys, you need to pull up your socks. You need to make sure that the hard work that Bumrah is putting in is not undone by your bowling.
Agree? Absolutely agree, because and more importantly, no dropped catches, please.
No misfieldings.
Because misfielding, dropped catches, pressure. Look at that. Yashasvi Jaiswal in the...
Oh my gosh.
Yashasvi Jaiswal in the gully, slip, 4th slip, 3rd slip. You know, you've got to grab your opportunities. That was an Ollie Pope dismissal, which was just waiting to happen. India had picked up Ben Duckett, and that's when you pick up Ollie Pope, you're in business. Ravindra Jadeja, the best fielder for India, gets into a tangle there and drops it. He's kind of overran and got into a tangle. The ball came too close to his body and he fluffed the chance. Multiple such things happening. The no ball with which Jasprit Bumrah got Harry Brook. Imagine that wicket falling just at the end of the day's play. England 4 down for 209. This is a different ball game. These are opportunities that might just come back and haunt India, might come back to bite India, because this England batting lineup bats deep. You don't give them such opportunities. You gave Pope multiple opportunities, he got 100. You've already given Harry Brook an opportunity from a no ball, off a no ball. You know, these are little moments in the game where India has kind of lost the advantage. When you're 430 for 3, you score 550. Yes, it was overcast. Yes, it was cloudy. But when Shubman Gill got out that shot, thereafter, it was a total collapse. Karun Nair, Shardul Thakur, Ravindra Jadeja, none of the middle order, late middle order batters put their hands up. And that's the problem. 3 centurions, 140, and after that, nothing. Absolutely nothing, which is what meant India folded out for 471. Even then, I mean, we keep saying this, 471 is a decent amount of runs, hell lot of runs. Any time, any day in England, first innings, you will take this, whatever the condition of the wicket is. So this morning, cloudy, overcast, swinging conditions, pretty heavy air. There will be some moisture. The air is quite chilly, by the way, and it's a much cooler day. The high is 21, 22. The low is about 11, 12. You should be able to make it count, Gargi. If you don't, then you're actually staring down the barrel. England scoring 350 today means they've got a lead about 100 runs. And in that case, they will pummel India.
They will absolutely pummel India, especially. And when India walked into bowl yesterday, it was advantage India. You had 471 runs on the scoreboard. The conditions were overcast. You had a Bumrah, you had a Siraj, yet you let that pressure go. The pressure was on at that point on England, because they had a very crucial session to get through, two very crucial sessions to get through, but they did it successfully. They navigated thanks to Indian bowling, thanks to Prasidh Krishna, the kind of wayward bowling that he bowled yesterday. That was it was so to the eye. And you did not want to watch that happen once again, not after a bad South Africa tour, not after a bad, that test match in Sydney. But unfortunately, that is what has happened here. Now it's time to come back, recalibrate, and know that the conditions are in your favor. The conditions are still in your favor. You've still got some runs on the scoreboard. Yes, England has scored 200 plus runs, but at this point, Harry Brook is fresh. Both of the batters will come back and have to build the innings from scratch once again. So you have the advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to believe. You've got to believe that these are conditions here, and it's not a kookaburra. It's a Dukes.
It's a Dukes.
So the moment it'll still do something for you. England got the ball to swing pretty late with the older ball. There's no reason why. A Ben Stokes kind of spell is needed. Ben Stokes, if you see 4 wickets, that's when England got into business pre-lunch, and all of a sudden India was pushed back. Multiple wickets fell, 430 to 470. We keep talking about the collapse. Sitanshu Kotak mentioned that in his press conference yesterday. By the way, Indian team has just come. Neil, if you could play those visuals of the Indian team arrival, we can just take those visuals. There's India. They have just come, and you can hear some music at the background as well. Inside the ground, there's some music going on. It's a Sunday. It will be a complete festive Sunday. When England does well, the locals will find their voice on day one. England supporters had their shoulders dropping. Yesterday, after lunch, they found voice, and then their batters did very, very well. That's the Indian team that you can see.
I was the cab driver on our way here was chatting to me and Trisha, and he was talking about the fact that Headingley is going to be jam-packed tonight. He was saying that on a Sunday, when there's cricket on, when India is playing, and England, of course, it's going to be absolutely jam-packed. People are going to have their fun today, and it'll be exciting, I think. England fans will want to see Harry Brook score some runs, but on the other hand, it's advantage India, and if they are able to capitalize on these conditions, you could actually see a result, because every person that I'm talking to right now is saying that this match is headed towards a draw.
No, I can tell you this, I don't think that's happening. If India concedes a first innings lead, India will be under enormous pressure in the second innings. Neil, that's frozen. So either you get us back on air or you play the video once again. The visual is frozen. So just take a look at that. If India concedes a first innings lead, that's the Indian team. They've just about arrived some time back. They will now get ready. They will know. The occasion will not be lost on them. They will know how important and an important session this one is. Massive. Massive. And as Gargi was saying, I don't think this match is headed for a draw. Either India will do well today and get control back, or England will pummel India and then go for the jugular in the second innings. Whatever the target is, England will want to chase that down on day 5. They've done that in the past multiple times in Headingley, and it's a very strong breeze that's blowing. I think you guys can see if there's a shake of the camera, that's because of the breeze that's blowing. It's a very strong breeze, and the sun is just about peeking out. The cloud cover still very much on. One of those cool mornings here at Headingley Leeds. And now that warm temperatures that we were seeing for the last 3 days, that's not going to happen. Tomorrow, 17, 14. Gargi is already wearing a kind of a jacket. I'm not wearing one today, but tomorrow one needs to wear one because it will be cold. It will be cold. The low will be around 13. The high will be around 17. So the weather today, cool. 21, 22 and 11, 12 will be the low. So much cooler compared to yesterday, which was 29. The first day it went up to 31. So it's a 10-degree drop in temperature in one day. India will have to make use of these conditions. The first session, there will be a bit of sun. The sun peeks out. But if you check the weather prediction, and if you could see behind us, there's some blue sky now. There's some blue sky now. But session 2 today, it is expected to be cloudy. And that's where India needs to come strong. They need to take their catches. They need to be disciplined. Bowl one side of the wicket. Don't give 1 or 2 loose balls every over like Prasidh Krishna has done. Don't give England batters, allow them to play baseball the way they want and concede at over 5 or 5.5 and over. England started like that, and they will once again want to put pressure on India in that sense. Massive. Gautam Gambhir needs to do a talking in the dressing room. This is the moment these bowlers should stand up for.
Absolutely, and I think we've seen this happening time and time again where the batters are doing their job. You've got a Yashasvi Jaiswal scoring a century. You've got Shubman Gill scoring almost 140 odd runs. You've got a Rishabh Pant century. You've got 3 centurions in your batting lineup, two half centuries, and then you go ahead and see that that all your work has gone into vain because the bowling is just not standing up to the challenge. And you know what? I wrote a piece about this, and I said, and I used the sentence that, oh my God, I'm being attacked by a bee. Yes, I used the sentence that while cricket is a team game, right now it's looking like Bumrah is the solo act.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because
Yeah.
it's happened in Australia. Mohammad Siraj has enough experience to stand up. He bowled some decent overs, especially that one over to Joe Root, where when Joe Root had just come in, Mohammad Siraj beat him at least 3 times in that particular over, getting the outswing to shape, and then getting one to come in. He did beat Joe Root multiple times in that particular spell. The second spell was better than the first spell, but Prasidh Krishna, Shardul Thakur, these fellows need to stand up. Lots of questions. Weather update, Ripon Ghosh. As I said to you, it is cloudy, it is chilly, the sun is just about peeking out in front of us, or in a kind of a 45-degree angle from where we are standing, but it's much cooler. It's much cooler, and that's how it's supposed to be. By the way, there's a hell lot of music going on.
What's
I think
going
it's
on inside?
Yeah, I mean the Bharat Army and music and all of that going out inside the
Okay,
stadium.
could
So
be.
just about inside the stadium, if you see, I don't know if you can hear, but there's a lot of music going on
But
inside the stadium.
I had a couple of questions for you. One is, how does uh, how does India at this point recalibrate? How do they get back? What is the plan that they should execute from here on?
I mean, look, you've got Joe Root at the end of the day, so you have enough motivation and inspiration there. Your peak bowler is bowling beautifully. It's about a couple of edges, that's it. Once you get to, you are in business here, so there is no reason for you to feel deflated at all. At all. This is test match cricket. England was always expected to come back. They have done that. This is their home condition. They were always expected to put up a fight. They have done that. But for India, it's a new morning, it's a fresh morning, it's a cloudy morning, heavy morning. If they come and bowl the right lengths, the right areas, they are disciplined. Keep England in check. England will want to play shots. That's how they are. Harry Brook, for example, will not want to contain himself and get bogged down.
Oh,
He will give you opportunities. There will be expansive shots played, and that's where India has its chance. Put your 4 fielders there. Put your 3 fielders in the slips. Don't
Have the
bowl on both
catches,
sides of the
yes.
wicket. I don't see. Look, I have a sneaky feeling India will bowl much better in the morning session, because these are conditions where you want to bowl. These are conditions for which you've trained. If you don't do that, then it's your fault. I mean, you can't just say, oh, you know what, we will not turn up and win test matches. That's not how it happens. And your batters have given you 470 at the start of the test match. Go and tell the bowlers that we will give you 470 to bowl. Will you take that? Now you can say 550. But at the start of the test match, 470 every time the hand will go up.
The other thing, when it comes to the
Abhishek
bowlers,
Rawat, air is heavy, good bowling condition. England batter still scores big runs. You guys have to applaud them. This is typical. 100%.
Air is heavy.
100% air is heavy. And you can sense that. This is a good question. Absolutely air is heavy. Boria Indian bowling weak. It's too early to say. I mean, England has also conceded 470. So you can say that England bowling was also weak when India was 430 for 3.
Look, also
Amir Ansari.
on the other hand, I genuinely feel that Siraj did well yesterday. He bowled well yesterday, except that first spell that he did. Look, Jasprit Bumrah is exceptional, and no one will, at this point in time, no one will ever reach that level. But when you talk about a Mohammad Siraj, he was at the best of his abilities following that first spell. I think he did pretty well, and he was really troubling Joe Root there.
Yeah, I mean, again, erratic. If you see the consistency, Mohammad Siraj with the new cherry, Allah, first 2 overs, 3 boundaries conceded, 2 overs, I think 19 odd runs
23
conceded.
runs in 3 overs.
Yeah, I mean, Bumrah had given only 4.
Yeah.
Bumrah had given only 4 and Siraj 19. So that's where you immediately allow, yes, there was one edge, but other than that, it was pretty good from Ollie Pope putting it out there through third man, that vacant area, he was in control, and then that flowing drives came out. Mohammad Siraj cannot concede easy runs.
Yeah.
No Indian bowler can concede easy runs. That's the point. Siddharth, question for Gargi ma'am.
Yeah.
How much has Arshdeep bowled in nets? Don't know if he has capability to bowl 3-4 spells in a day, but I trust his wit
He
and
does. He does.
adaptability.
Look, I've also before coming here, I spoke to his childhood coach and his current coach, Jaswant Rai, and I spoke to him. And also, you have to remember the fact that Arshdeep in the last season played for Kent, so he has experience in these conditions. Not only that, throughout the for the past 1.5 years, from what his coach has told me, from the past 1.5 years, Arshdeep has been practicing with the red ball. Now, when we talk about even during the IPL, he was bowling along with the white ball practice. He was also doing red ball practice. So he would complete his 4 overs and then go on to bowl and then pick up a red cherry and go on to bowl longish spells. And his coach told us that it was very difficult in the beginning, but Arshdeep kind of built that temperament, built that fitness, because that is something that is very important. But he's there. Arshdeep, I think, is right there, and he can be one of your trump cards. I would have wanted to see Arshdeep in Leeds. I honestly was a little bit surprised that it was Prasidh Krishna who made the team, because you've got a left arm angle. How did you not make use of that?
I mean, Prasidh Krishna did well in Sydney. If Gill talks about giving people a longer rope,
Yeah.
Gill talks about security. It was fair in that sense, because Prasidh had done reasonably well in Sydney, was responsible for India's turnaround. Even when Bumrah went out,
Yeah.
Australia 5 down, they folded up, giving India a lead in that first innings in Sydney. If you remember, 180 something, Australia all out. So there was a chance. So I understand where Prasidh was given an opportunity from, but you've got to make use of that opportunity rather. And unfortunately, Prasidh Krishna wasn't able to do that. From what
Maybe
we've
he
seen,
can come back stronger
100%
today.
he can.
Who knows?
Absolutely. Come on. Why is this fellow not leaving us? Devashish Sen and Trisha Ghoshal getting ready for their Bengali live back there. And I mean, it's one day, one spell, 13, 14 overs is what Prasidh Krishna has bowled. That doesn't define a bowler. You've got your break. You've got Bharat Arun used to say this something to me very well. Bharat used to say, suppose a bowler did not bowl well or hadn't had a good day, they would go back and he would call the bowlers and he'd ask them 2-3 things. He said, when I kind of went in, I sat them down and said, okay, tell me something. Did you want to bowl in the areas where you eventually bowled? And if the bowler said yes, that's where I wanted to bowl, then say, okay, fine. Ask yourself the question and tell me, was it that particular area where you wanted to bowl?
That's a brilliant mental exercise.
And the bowler would say no. And he would say, okay, when you are walking back to the top of your mark, what are you thinking? Are you thinking I'll bowl that channel? Are you thinking I'll bowl 4th stump?
Yeah.
I'll bowl 5th stump? Have you done that? Just ask that question of yourself. After that, the batter has played a fantastic shot. No problem. Absolutely no problem, because there are batters like, and he at that point in time had given me the example of Steve Smith, Joe Root, Virat Kohli, that these guys will play good shots of good balls. So don't worry about that. But at the top of your mark, when you're standing there, ask yourself if you are landing the ball where you want to land it. And the bowler knew what to do the next day. This was an exercise that Bharat Arun and Ravi Shastri used to do regularly with the Indian team. When they had a bad day or a bad session, a quiet word. They would just not say, okay, this is bad or that is bad. They would just go through with the bowlers. I think Prasidh Krishna needs that. He will know what to do.
Yes.
It's not as if Prasidh Krishna hasn't bowled in international cricket.
He's not an under-19 bowler that he won't have any
boss.
idea
He's
about
almost
what
30
to
years
do.
old. He's got experience. He's played international cricket. He's been around the circuit for a while. So Prasidh Krishna should come back today with renewed vigor, knowing that the team will want him to step up and deliver. The same for Mohammad Siraj. Mohammad Siraj, as Gargi very rightly said, bowled some quality balls. I think Walking Alive is the handle, who was also saying what Gargi was saying, that Mohammad Siraj did bowl some really good balls. Walking Alive.
This is something we saw in Australia as well. Mohammad Siraj has this tendency of oscillating between either a world-class bowler or just an average Joe.
I agree.
There's no average, there's no middle ground for Mohammad Siraj. He's either the best or he's average. So this is something that he will have to balance. He needs to make sure that he's the bowling is discipline. I think that's what we're missing so much. That's what we missed back in Australia as well. You miss a Mohammad Shami.
You do. I mean, Mohammad Shami, anybody will miss. But having said that, Mohammad Shami's body isn't good enough
Yeah,
at this point
yep.
in time to take the load of a 14, 15 over day. And that's where it becomes critical because Jasprit Bumrah has already bowled 12. So how many do you bowl Jasprit Bumrah? Because you've got to use Bumrah as wicket-taking options. I think he will get a 5-over spell at the start of the day. But thereafter, you might just see him bowl one more over ahead of lunch. Shubman Gill cannot over bowl Jasprit Bumrah. The temptation will be to go to Jasprit Bumrah for wickets, but that's where your other bowlers will have to step up. You don't step up for Bumrah, it will be that Bumrah will collapse after a particular... That's how it is. And that's where the other bowlers need to become far more responsible and give Bumrah that cushion. Give Bumrah that cushion and protect Bumrah. Protect Bumrah so that he can come in, bowl full throttle. And by the way, as we speak, the sun kind of comes out. You can see it on us. It's still pretty dark. It's still pretty dark, cloudy behind. It's not one of those warm days with not a speck of cloud in the sky. It is a cloudy day, a cooler day, a much, much cooler day here in Leeds. But Gargi is right. Jasprit Bumrah will need every bit of support that comes his way. I do think India will bowl better. They'll have time to have given it a thought last night. They'd bowl one side of the wicket, keep England. Yes, England will attack, but don't give loose runs. And opportunities will come. There will be opportunities in the first couple of hours. Grab your opportunities. Get 3 before lunch. Get England to 6 down and you're in business. Absolutely no reason why it can't happen.
And honestly, at this point, I think Indian fans are a little pessimistic at this point. Yeah. But remember, Joe Root is back in the pavilion. You've got one of the biggest number one batter. Come on, your number one batter is back in the pavilion. So there are quite a lot of positive signs. Yes, there were some misfields yesterday, dropped catches, that no ball. But then again, there are still positives here. Siraj was a positive. Yes, Prasidh Krishna needs to recalibrate and come back. Shardul Thakur also, in those 3 overs that he bowled, he was bad. And he needs to make sure that that does not happen again because the stakes will be very, very high. And these 2 sessions, the first 2 sessions of today, will be so important. These could be the deciding sessions of the matches. I think if we get through, maybe when we come back for tea, we will possibly have an idea of where the match is swinging.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if England wins the day, I'm saying this, England wins the day, they will put enormous pressure on India in the second innings and India might just crumble because the batting lineup, you've done very well in the first innings, but if England gets a lead of about 130 odd runs, gets to 600 in the first innings, there will be tremendous pressure on India in the second innings and then England will want to come and chase anytime. The team bus has also arrived. Neil, can you play the team bus visuals as well? And then take the super chat from Walking Alive. I don't know. He says, question in the chat, sorry.
One second.
I don't know where it is.
I will find your question. But till then, I want to ask you, when we're talking about bowlers, yes, we've talked about Prasidh, Shardul and Siraj, but we haven't talked about Ravindra Jadeja. Do you think he isn't looking as good as he's supposed to?
No, I mean, day 2 of a Leeds test match, what else could Ravindra Jadeja have done? Ravindra Jadeja was trying to bowl tight. Ben Duckett played a couple of reverses and that's how he does. He'll try to upset the line. Ravindra Jadeja bowled a few short, which he can't. He'll have to bowl a tight line. You don't expect Ravindra Jadeja to really have impact on day 2. Yes, on day 4, on day 5, there will be rough. Ravindra Jadeja will come into play. But for Ravindra Jadeja to get that opportunity, India will have to set England a decent enough target. Yeah. The moment India is able to do that, Ravindra Jadeja surely will be in business on day 4 and day 5. You don't expect him to do that kind of a job on day 2. A containing job, yes, not a wicket-taking job. And that's how Ravindra Jadeja would have been, used yesterday. Shubman Gill wanted that. So on one end, Ravindra Jadeja, containment. On the other side, get your premier bowlers to take wickets. The problem was, without Bumrah, that pressure was not being exerted from that end.
Not at all.
And that's what we need to see today.
Okay, so I found the...
These are visuals of the Indian bus, by the way. That's the black bus, which will just come here. Because it's parked right here. After they drop the team at gate G, I think Rohan's also coming. He was taking the visuals of the team bus. That's the team bus, as you can see on your screen. And now the team bus will come down this road and go and park itself somewhere there. Debashish and Trisha will also be live somewhere here.
I've found the question that Walking Alive had
Now
sent
you're
in the
using your
chat.
jacket today. Good to see that. Yeah. So there's Rohan. There's
He must
there's.
arrive really late.
He's
I
left,
think, I think
he's
they're all
left
lethargic.
me hanging.
Oh, sorry, bhai.
हाँ,
He must arrive just now. When at 9:50, so they won't take
maybe
it.
they realize कि कल ज्यादा जल्दी आ गए थे, अब थोड़ा आराम से आते हैं.
They're all lethargic.
Lethargic. You
in
can't.
this
You can't be lethargic today morning. Then this test match is gone, my friend.
This is the most energy you need.
If
Okay,
you are
I,
lethargic today morning. Yes, please, please.
I found the chat from, and I lost it again.
Walking
Okay,
alive.
Walking Alive. Siraj has never been a new ball bowler in red ball cricket. He's always been first change. I think we need to bring someone like an Arshdeep or an Akashdeep for Prasidh to take the new ball.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, this call. But Mohammad Siraj in domestic cricket has also done well with the new ball. So it's not as if you go and see his A record, if you go and see his record in Australia in 2021 when he started the outing for India in Melbourne. If you see, he got David Warner first up. Rohit
Yes.
Sharma, beautiful catch, dive, low down, second slip. It's not completely true, but I buy your point because Akashdeep will swing the ball late. Akashdeep will swing the ball late, and that kind of makes sense to me. It's a good point, good debatable point, but at this point in time, your two best bowlers in this test match will have to start again. Ball is around 49 overs old. Yes, it's Dukes, so there will still be, it's not the kookaburra that you've just got to kind of bowl the 30 overs. These conditions, heavy conditions, if you can use the older ball, it will still do something. And I'm pretty sure India will have opportunities. Question is, can we grab those opportunities and make early inroads?
Siddharth here is saying, more than Prasidh, I am disappointed with Siraj. It's been 4 years since he delivered that match-winning spell at Lord's, but still he hasn't found that consistency and discipline of Test cricket.
Agree, because Siraj
Far
is
too
one of those
inconsistent.
temperamental bowlers. If he is in rhythm, by the way, go and check that Bharat Arun interview with me. Go and check, and he decodes Siraj. The performance that you're talking about, the Lord's effort, is exactly what Bharat spoke to me about. He said Siraj wasn't bowling well, and because of the slope, he wasn't being able to control it either. And that's when the discussion happened that you go over and you get the ball to angle, and Siraj started doing that. Yesterday, where I was disappointed with Siraj was at the start of the innings. At the start of the innings, far too many loose balls. When Bumrah was bowling fire, Bumrah was bowling real fire, England got off to 40 in 6. And Siraj conceded 4 or 5 boundaries in the first 2-3 overs. That's where I thought Siraj could have tightened up much more, could have been much more disciplined, and India would have had it. Yes, I agree that catches were dropped. The Jadeja catch would have made things very different. I agree that fielding and outfielding wasn't up to the mark. But Siraj, today, look, what has happened yesterday is history. Today is a new day, as I said, much cooler. I would have preferred a jacket now had I known it'll be this windy. But India will have its opportunities. India will have an opportunity this morning. Can they make that count? Could well define this test match.
Also now, if we look behind, it's actually gotten completely dark. If we look at this gigantic cloud that goes over till there, it's completely dark. It's grey.
Yeah, but it's not rain clouds. So.
But how is that possible?
No,
That's just how it is.
it'll be overcast. It'll be overcast, but chances of rain are 20%. Very little chance of rain. I don't see the game getting stopped or anything happening.
I am, you know what I'm thinking about? What if I'm Harry Brook and I have to face a Bumrah in these conditions
tough.
with the wind? Oh my
It's
goodness.
tough. I mean,
oh my
for
goodness.
England, Harry Brook or whoever it is, anybody in these conditions in the first 6
Will struggle.
overs of Jasprit Bumrah, it will be a hard ask. And if you get 2 there, the first 12 overs of the day, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj steaming in, get 2 knocked off. India in business, and that's what India will want. India knows 60 balls. 60 balls, go and get 2 wickets. You need 2 edges, you need 2 good catches, you need a moment of inspiration. Shubman Gill will have his task cut out. Every ball, every over. Put in the thought, stand in mid on, mid off, talk to Mohammad Siraj, get your slip cordon in order, or get Jasprit Bumrah to talk to Mohammad Siraj. Keep pumping up, because Mohammad Siraj is one of those bowlers who will need that talking to, Let Jasprit Bumrah as the leader of the bowling pack do that. Do something so that Mohammad Siraj is not going to leak runs today. If that happens, trust you me, these are perfect conditions to bowl. Absolutely perfect conditions to bowl. Again, speck of blue behind us. Speck of blue. There's some blue sky there, but it will not be. It will not be like day before yesterday or yesterday where it's very warm or bright blue sky
Right,
with
yeah.
no speck of clouds. It's a much better day to bowl compared to day 1 and day 2.
Bring Shardul in early.
Why not give him a go?
Yeah.
But obviously start with Mohammad Siraj and
Of course,
Jasprit Bumrah.
of course.
Start with the 2 premier bowlers and
First
then
change.
correct. Get in Shardul and Prasidh and if they're leaking runs for the first couple of overs, then go to Jadeja. Because these conditions are Shardul kind of conditions.
They are very
Because
conducive.
he
Okay.
will get the ball to shape. Shardul's
Exactly.
strength is to move the
Yes.
ball at least the outswing. He gets the ball to shape out with your 3. If you see the way Indians got out, that's what happened. Once the ball started to do a bit before lunch, Ben Stokes came and did the job. Shardul Thakur will have to be tight. He cannot just spray the ball around, easy leg side runs, easy fine leg runs, a tickle here, a tickle there. You cannot do that. And that's what, according to me, will define the fate of this test match. India's support cast. India's support bowling to Jasprit Bumrah this morning. If the support bowling stands up, and I'm very confident the support bowling will stand up today, India is in business.
That's what you need. That's what you need from the rest of the Indian bowlers because Jasprit Bumrah is literally putting his heart and soul into what he's bowling.
Okay,
And again,
Rohan Yole. Sir, what will be the weather throughout the day?
okay, so there is overcast conditions throughout the day. You know what? Chris yesterday was saying that there are thunderstorm predictions today. And then he started laughing. So I don't know what he meant by that, whether it was true or not. But there is rain predicted, but there won't be like heavy rain. Maybe something like what we've seen yesterday. Not now. This is all after 12 p.m. The predictions are after 12 p.m. And if I'm not wrong, we were checking the weather yesterday and it said the rain was predicted something around 3 or 4 p.m. So you've still got 2 to 3 good sessions that you can get in. And the first 2 will be the deciding sessions. If Jasprit Bumrah is able to scalp a couple more, if from the other end, Siraj can get a few wickets, Shardul has a chance, Prasidh has a chance. And look, yesterday, yes, Prasidh was bowling, spraying it all over the pitch. But when you really look at it, he was extracting that bounce. There was that uncomfortable bounce. And when he was bowling in the right areas, the batters were getting uncomfortable. So it's all about finding that area for Prasidh Krishna.
Walking alive, another super chat. Siraj first change 26 average, opening 42 average. Cricviz data. Look, at this point in time, there is no Mohammad Shami. So when you are giving this data, you also analyze who's your top spell opening bowler. You might say Arshdeep not playing this test match. Do you go with Prasidh Krishna or Shardul Thakur? No. You go with Mohammad Siraj. Then you've got to get Arshdeep Singh into that attack, drop Prasidh Krishna in Birmingham, get the ball to swing, then go Siraj first change. Absolutely fine. But this test match, we are talking this test match now, Siraj has to open the bowling. You don't have an opportunity or an option to go with someone else, at least for this test match. Agree for Birmingham. If Bumrah plays, it's going to be Bumrah and someone else. Someone says, Pat Cummins comes first change, why not Bumrah? Not at all. Bumrah will get you wickets. Bumrah will get you Zach Crawley. He will get you an opportunity to get Ben Duckett. He will get you an opportunity to take Ollie Pope. And even that Ollie Pope edge which went through the third slip. I mean, my point is, when you're going Bumrah for 5 overs, put the 4 slips. You've got 470 on the board. Why were you not completely attacking the first 5? After that edge, then you got 4 slips for Ben Duckett. Go check. After that edge went through and the ball dropped in front, immediately India got a 4th slip in. And they had a pack cordon, 4 slips a gully. Do it from the first go because Jasprit Bumrah will not concede too many runs. The batters will not take liberties against Jasprit Bumrah. You've got that opportunity. Had there been a 4th slip there, Ollie Pope was history and it was very catchable height which went to the boundary. That's where these little moments in test match cricket, in hindsight, you tend to think what's going on. Okay, let's take some more questions.
Yes.
Or yes, if you want to make any point.
No, I was just saying that it gets pretty easy for us to speak about all of this and analyze all of this in hindsight. But when the things are actually happening on the field, it's very difficult to make the right decisions. But yes, more questions?
Bowling
Next.
average under Virat in tests was 24. Now a joke. Hello. At that point in time, you had a Mohammad Siraj, you had an Ishant Sharma. Sorry,
Shami.
you had a Mohammad Shami and Ishant Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah together. It's not about Virat. It's about that bowling
That
group.
entire attack.
It is about that bowling group. You had Ishant Sharma at his peak, getting the ball to move. You had a Mohammad Shami, who's one of India's greatest bowlers, Jasprit Bumrah. That team was one of the best. Ki holo? Ki hobe?
Nothing happened. She just...
So,
What
ki
was that?
bolche?
What was that? He scared me. I thought, what happened?
What is he saying? Anyway, Amit Shah being Amit Shah. So you have some people decked up as those guys are common. I mean, these guys have always come to cricket grounds. Anyway, you know, when you're talking about that period, 2017-18 period, and by the way, even when you're talking about that 2017-18 or 2020-21, India did not win in England. So let's face that. India did not win in England. 2018, with that bowling group, India lost 4-1. India lost 4-1. Accept it. India has not won in England despite the bowlers doing the job. The batters did not stand up. Only Kohli stood up in that 2018 innings, 2018 tour. So this has to be a collective effort. Super chat. What super chat, Neil? Why key super chat? Why? Is if Thakur bowling is not trusted, then play Kuldeep. Take this.
Oh. Then do you keep Sai Sudarshan in the team? If you're dropping a Shardul, getting in a Kuldeep, are you still playing Sai Sudarshan? Because then you'll have to seriously, if at any point you're playing Kuldeep Yadav in the team, you seriously have to think about the batting.
That is why Kuldeep did not play.
Exactly.
Because, but on the other hand, Kuldeep's defensive technique is not bad. If you see Kuldeep Yadav has a very decent defensive technique.
You can't expect him to score runs.
No, he can stand there. Ravindra Jadeja can score. If you play an NKR, he can score. You've got batting till 7, and thereafter, if you play Kuldeep, there are people to score. You had 300s. Your Karun didn't score. Your Sai didn't score. Your Ravindra Jadeja didn't score. Your Shardul didn't score. So if you are going in with Kuldeep, you've got to give yourself that opportunity. So yes, I buy the point that Kuldeep Yadav is a wicket-taking option. I also buy the point that Kuldeep Yadav will come into play later on in this series. Is it Birmingham? Lords, I can tell you from now, Oval he will play. Whether in Manchester also Lords, we've got to wait and see. Lords slope, mid-July heat. We've got to see the conditions, assess the conditions. But at this point in time, forget all of this, my friend. Today, what happens? Kuldeep Yadav can be talked about in Birmingham. Talk about what's going to happen today because a massive day coming up. Another super chat, Abhinav Kumar. Great work by both of you. Your channel has always been very trustworthy. Why has Prasidh been so ineffective in such conditions that assist pacers? Take it.
It's difficult to put a finger on it. Is it nerves? Is it a mental block? What's really going on here? That is something for the management to sort of figure out, because it's not like he doesn't have the abilities or he does not have the skill. He absolutely does. In fact, in the 2 practice sessions that we saw and we followed very, very closely, Prasidh Krishna was looking phenomenal in the nets. He was finding those right areas, and I was sitting there with Trisha and I was constantly discussing, I think Prasidh Krishna will do well because he's bowling so well in the nets. He's troubling the batters and he's finding those areas that he always struggles to find. But unfortunately,
No, Amit, I was just waiting for Rohit. Because
तुम्हारे जैसे इंडियन टीम का हाल
नहीं आज नहीं होगा, सॉरी। देखिए, हमने हिंदी में एक शो किया है।
तुम्हारे जैसे इंडियन टीम का हाल
मौसम का बदलेगा पारा, बुमराह बजाएंगे इंग्लैंड के 12 और 12 बजने से पहले 12 बज जाएंगे।
तुम अमित शाह में कार्टून एलिमेंट ऑलवेज आपको मिल जाएंगे। इतना सोता है,
नहीं
काम पे टाइम पे नहीं आता है, लेथार्जिक है।
No, I was waiting for Rohit.
Oh, Rohit came.
हाँ,
All
उसके लिए
came.
रुका था. Yeah.
So they've started.
Yeah,
Good.
already started.
Anyway, Gargi, what? क्या बोला तुमने? What? इंग्लैंड का
पारा.
बजेगा 12?
मौसम का बदलेगा पारा, बुमराह बजाएंगे इंग्लैंड के 12.
तो आज सुबह क्या होने वाला है?
12 बज जाएगा. फिनिश. फर्स्ट हाफ में खत्म करो. देखो वेदर देखो खत्म हो जाएगा.
अच्छा,
मैंने पहले 2 घंटे में 2-3 विकेट, 3 विकेट.
4.
कल अगर आप देखिए फर्स्ट स्पेल में अगर कैचेस ड्रॉप नहीं होते तो शायद इंग्लैंड की हालत
हाँ.
खराब हो सकती.
तब तो तीन विकेट तो ऐसे ही मिल जाते.
100% मिलना चाहिए.
तो जो मॉइस्चर है विकेट पर उसकी
देखो आज भारी है, वेदर भारी है. तू जा भाई,
नहीं कोई दिक्कत
तेरे को क्या हो रहा है?
I'm fine.
तू ज्यादा
पता नहीं, कुछ तो
ये रही इंग्लैंड क्रिकेट टीम की बस.
These are the 2 buses. If you can see behind us, that's the England bus, and next to that is the India bus. That's the India bus. So the England bus and the India bus right here. That's the India bus you can see behind us. They will park here.
one of
Okay,
my
one more.
Sorry.
There's,
Sorry.
there's another
Okay,
super chat.
I'll take the super chat. Next big thing,
Oh, you got the mic.
yeah, aristocrat. 2-1 in 2021 England with same Siraj, Shardul and Jaddu.
Yeah, but hello. Same Siraj, Shardul and Jaddu, 2021, 2-1. I agree. But there are differences here. It's not about that same Siraj, Shardul and Jaddu. You know, you've got to check the team as a whole. India was on song. 2021 Australia, 2021 England. India at that point in time was playing extraordinary good test cricket under Ravi Shastri, Bharat Arun, Virat Kohli. That period, India went and won in Australia under Ajinkya Rahane.
That was a golden period.
That was the best phase of Indian overseas test cricket. This is a team that has lost at home against New Zealand. This is a team that has lost to Australia in Australia and eventually pretty badly. So this is not the same team. So just to say the same bowlers, and they're now five years over, are they still the same bowlers? Shardul Thakur making a comeback, was dropped from the team, making a comeback here. Mohammad Siraj, has he progressed like the way you expected him to? Ravindra Jadeja, fag end of his international career. Not the same players. And you've got to accept. And what you've not said is who along with them. Tell me the 2 other bowlers who were bowling along with them. That's also, Jasprit Bumrah did not have this kind of fragile body that he will not play the whole series. Jasprit Bumrah did play the whole series. Absolutely played the whole series in 2021. In 2021, every test match. Now, you know at the back of your mind, you cannot bowl a Jasprit Bumrah for more than 15 overs a day, 13 overs a day. So it is a different proposition altogether, Amit Shah.
But a question that I want to ask you too is, today, you're talking about getting 2 to 3 wickets in the first session or in the first half. After that, are you afraid the tail will wag?
England has a very good...
England have a batting till 9. But I have a concern about Prasidh Krishna. Because he already played 6 games. He got 3 wicket haul in Cape Town. But after that, this condition is suitable like Prasidh Krishna because he's a swing bowler. But
pitch it up, get the ball to move. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You've also got the hit the
the
deck
area.
option, surprise them with the short ball, use it as a stock delivery. Pitch it up, these are conditions perfect. Yes, the sun peeking out, but today, I've said this 20 times, from around 11 o'clock onwards, 12 o'clock onwards, if the sun comes out for the first 1 hour, not like yesterday, not going to happen. Today, all day it's cloudy. All day. Today, tomorrow, all day it's cloudy. It will not be the same batting conditions as on day 1 or day 2. Sorry. It will not be that. There's another super chat. He will say, bhai, a bored soul. Prasidh didn't even bowl the right lines. Forget length. Gargi.
Yeah, he was bad. Look, he was bad, and there's no escaping that. Prasidh Krishna was not up to the mark. He did not bowl like someone who should be in the team for an England tour, an away series, a very, very important start to the WTC cycle for India under a new captain. So when we think of everything that the context of this entire series, Prasidh Krishna, did he crumble under pressure? Was it nerves? What really happened there?
Because
We
you
were
have
not
to
sure.
understand, he got the chance ahead of Arshdeep Singh.
Yes,
and this kind of a
exactly.
condition,
Yeah, we
Arshdeep
spoke
is a
about
left
that.
arm seamer. Curves the ball. Boryada, you know about Sam Curran. He has trouble last in 2018 series.
Won the series.
He won the series for England. So I think this is the small things that you have to learn because it's a big five test match series. Don't repeat the mistake, which I am feeling. Here the condition is different, but in now the other venues, you might be get one more match. But if you're not performing, then team management will not pick you. And see, we have a unfortunately Akashdeep is not fully fit. Otherwise, वो playing 11 का हिस्सा होते. But it's okay. And another thing that which I am feeling yesterday, Shubman Gill has not given the ball to Shardul Thakur. After 40 overs, Shardul got the ball. But
Could have been given a couple of overs
Earlier.
at
Exactly,
least before tea,
exactly.
ahead of Ravindra Jadeja.
See,
Could
we
have been
know-
given at least. I mean, I was telling, who was I sitting with? You, I think.
Yeah.
When I said in the press box, at least the over before tea, I expected Shardul to get a ball. Hi, can someone pick up that India cap? It's fallen on the ground. Can you just pick that up, please? Just
we
pick it
know-
up and
we
give it to
know,
him.
because
Don't
Shardul
keep the
is a
flag on the
golden
ground.
arm
Pick it
boy.
up.
No, no.
That cap, pick it up and give it
Giving
to
him the
him.
mic.
Yeah, just give it to him.
Shardul is a golden arm boy, Boryada.
Yeah, and he has the ability to break partnerships,
Yeah.
Shardul Thakur. He has the ability to break partnerships. Take this, I'll just
Sure.
take this call.
And see, Shardul has he has played here first class cricket also, county games, and he knows how to utilize the wicket. Shardul sometimes he bowl here and there, but once he get the right what we can say spot, he can just bowl on that particular area and maybe he gets the wicket for.
He can swing the ball both
Lot
ways.
of questions. Lot of questions. Sir, don't you think resting Sai, which is unfortunate, and Shardul play Kuldeep, and plus he's just had one innings.
One innings, bro.
One innings in his debut match.
Give him time. Give him
I mean,
time.
if you've given somebody, then Shubman Gill said very categorically, they want to give people security. So you failed in one innings, you dropped the next. How is that even possible?
Shubman is playing like MS Dhoni's type of captaincy.
Give him time.
Give him
Yeah,
six,
give
seven.
him
And
time.
see, these wicket is different. In Birmingham, in Manchester, in Oval, you will get the batting surface. That time you will see what he is doing.
No, and whatever, doing, not doing, you've got to give somebody. What did Saurav
Absolutely.
Ganguly tell Virender Sehwag? When Saurav Ganguly went up to Virender Sehwag, it's a great story. Virender Sehwag went to Saurav Ganguly at 5:30 in the morning in Sri Lanka after India had finished the tri-series, and he went and said to his captain, I'm leaving for Delhi. He said, okay, you go, but know this, that in England you're opening. Virender Sehwag freaked out. He said, what are you talking about? And Virender Sehwag, being Virender Sehwag, later told me, कि अरे दादा वो दोनों तो वनडे में ओपन कर रहे थे, मेरे को क्यों फंसा रहे हो? सीनियर प्लेयर्स थे आप और सचिन, आप जाके ओपन करो, मेरे को क्यों मरवा रहे
And
हो?
he told Saurav Ganguly कि अगर मैं fail हो गया
Fail हो
तो
गया
आप मुझे
तो?
निकाल दोगे. But Saurav says, I'll give you 10
Three.
innings. Three or 10.
He said, I'll give you three
Three.
test matches even after you fail back to back. So 6 plus 2, 8. So you will play 4 test matches, go play. And Virender Sehwag became the Virender Sehwag after that. Lord's 84. And India was on song. He changed the way Indian openers perceive test match cricket.
Multan
That's
ka
what,
Sultan.
no, that's what it is. You've given Sai Sudarshan a go. You can't just drop him after one game. You just can't drop him after one game.
और प्लेयर बनने में वक्त लगता है, स्पेशली इन टेस्ट क्रिकेट. वनडे एंड T20 आप एक रात में हीरो बन सकते हो, बट इन टेस्ट क्रिकेट यू नीड द टाइम, एंड दिस इज ओनली वन गेम फॉर साई सुदर्शन. जस्ट वेट एंड वॉच. बहुत कुछ इस बैट्समैन में भरा हुआ है. यू कैन सी आफ्टर दिस सीरीज एंड you will really appreciate this boy because he had a shots in each and every corner. He can play offside is really good. Leg side he can glance the ball. He can play the shots in a leg side also. Flicks काफी अच्छे हैं उनके पास. So you just wait and watch. If he gets the chance in the second inning, might be he'll score a good runs for the team.
Any player, even Karun Nair, he's got a duck. Now you don't drop Karun Nair after giving an opportunity after 7 years. Come on, boss.
No.
Now you've got
Can't
to
happen.
persist with these people. You've given them an opportunity. Give them a go. Give them a clear go, and don't rush. One innings is not a defining marker. This is what is this? Fitmang. The key would be how early we are getting their lower order. Absolutely, you've got to get early wickets today. Otherwise, England will pummel you. And if they get a good first innings lead, day 4, day 5, they'll come very hard at India. Whatever the final innings score is to chase down, they will do that. That's what they've done here at Headingley multiple times in the last 4 matches that they've won. Go check, they've chased down 250 totals. They've chased down 300 totals. And they know that. They are very well capable of that. They will put India under pressure in the 4th innings. And India can't afford that. Sir, don't you think resting Sai, we've taken that. Krishna is not suitable for these conditions. Again, the same refrain over and over again. This is from
We've discussed this multiple
Hydra
times now.
Killer.
Yeah.
Vaibhav Taragi. Hope Siraj and Prasidh takes a bite from Bumrah's sandwich today.
Ah. Maybe have the same breakfast as Jasprit Bumrah and see what happens. But no, on a more serious note, Mohammad Siraj, Shardul Thakur. More Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna have a huge responsibility on their shoulders today. They have to make sure that they are not leaking runs, that they are not releasing pressure. That what happened there?
Someone fell, is it?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah, the old elderly lady fell down. Do you want to just go and check? People are helping. Yeah,
Yeah.
people are helping.
Some uneven.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
let me take Pankaj Agarwal. Sir, don't you think resting Sai, I'm reading it, you said I didn't read it. Resting Sai, which is unfortunate, I don't know what you mean. And Shardul play Kuldeep and is this NRK? Okay, Nitish
NKR,
Reddy, NKR. And we can play Akashdeep in place of Krishna. Boss,
No.
one
That's
test
much.
match, 5 changes.
Oh.
ऐसे नहीं होता है. ऐसे नहीं होता है. आप एक टेस्ट मैच अभी 2 दिन है. 2 दिन ही हुआ है. Your team is still on top. Your team has scored 470. England is 209 for 3. You are anticipating 4 changes. ऐसे नहीं होता है यार.
नहीं.
आपको
That's
टेस्ट
not
क्रिकेट में थोड़ा सा पेशेंस रखना पड़ेगा. कल आप ये बोलते क्या? कल सुबह जब हम लोग यहाँ से शो कर रहे थे, इंडिया 359 for 3, आप ये बोलते? आप नहीं बोलते ना, बिकॉज आपका टीम पहला दिन तीनों सेशंस जीत चुका था. आप तो नहीं बोलते. आप बोलते अरे व्हाट अ ग्रेट डे वी हैड. एक दिन इंग्लैंड ने अच्छा खेल लिया तो आप 4 चेंजेस के बारे में बात कर रहे हो. वेट करो, मैचेस होने दो. आज सुबह का देख लो. अगर आपका टीम अच्छा से नहीं खेलता है, फिर ये सब डिस्कशंस बर्मिंघम में आएगा. अभी इतना जल्दी क्यों कर रहे हो? There's another super chat. What is this?
Okay, I'll check. Abhinav Kumar is saying Jadeja was brought in before Shardul because of Duckett, who overtries off spinners. So Gill was playing more mind games with the aggressive Duckett.
Yeah, I mean that's a call because India was anticipating that he will unleash the reverse. He will, and Gill and Jadeja and Rishabh Pant were continuously planning that. If you every over there was a short fine because he was trying the reverse. They were anticipating the ball could go there.
Yeah.
There was a slip that it could go sky, and they had moved that fielder. Shubman Gill, actually, Gargi and I were sitting and chatting. They moved Shardul Thakur,
Yes.
who was long on, to a much
yes,
squarer
exactly.
position. That Duckett will play there. So they had put a field for that, and they also had a fielder right there towards third man for that reverse. So they had anticipated that Ben Duckett would play the reverse and went about. How did you like Shubman Gill as captain yesterday?
Really nice. See, apart from Shardul Thakur's decision, he
Baki
brings
sab-
him late. Baki
sab
sab
acha
perfect.
tha.
See, he has learned a lot from Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli's captaincy, even Ajinkya Rahane. Because in 21 in Australia, yeah, he was a key मतलब बैटिंग लाइनअप का वो की पार्ट था एंड ही हैज लर्नड अ लॉट. सी पीपल वर सेइंग कि कैप्टनसी इतनी जल्दी नहीं आती. बॉस, कोई भी आप कहीं भी अगर काम कर रहे हैं, नॉट ओनली क्रिकेट, अगर आप ऑफिस में भी काम कर, लीडरशिप क्वालिटी लेने में वक्त लगता है. एंड सी दिस फर्स्ट गेम डेफिनेटली एंड सी प्लेइंग 11 अगर आप बात करते हो, इट्स नॉट ओनली इन कैप्टन्स हैंड. द एंटायर टीम मैनेजमेंट विल चूज द प्लेइंग 11. So maybe this kind of, but yes, today is a very crucial role for Shubman Gill and all the players, because the lethargic fielding will not acceptable today. Because if India wants to win this game, they have to take the catches, they have to show the ability in the fielding department. अगर आप fielding अच्छी करते हैं, then you will put England under the pressure बहुत ज़्यादा.
There is someone saying Gill ka PR चालू हो गया.
No,
अरे
no,
boss,
no.
this is not about PR. This is about backing your
He's your captain. Yeah, he's the captain. Sorry.
Exactly.
Bolo,
This is about backing your captain. What do you mean? This is his test debut as a captain. In your already talking about PR and dropping and making 5 changes. How is that possible?
PR का
How?
full form भी नहीं पता होगा तुम्हें. You know, ये सीख चुके हो from social media discourse.
Yeah.
कि अच्छा public relations का काम क्या होता है बताओ. गिल का PR करके हम लोगों को
ये
क्या
थोड़ी
फायदा
काम
होगा?
होता है PR का.
घंटा फायदा होगा.
या मैं
गिल
जो रूट का पीआर तो नहीं कर सकता ना, बिकॉज हम इंडिया हम हमारे इंडिया कैप्टन को बकअप
Support नहीं
करेंगे.
करेंगे.
one second. क्या चाहिए तुम्हें? The guy gets out, scores 147. In his debut as captain, his team scores 470. When Yashasvi Jaiswal drops the catch, he was, as Gargi made this point beautifully in our post-days show yesterday, he runs to Yashasvi Jaiswal and kind of speaks to him, pats him on the back, cheers him on. Every time he's got a bowler, he's run up to that bowler, was continuously talking to that bowler. Every time there's been a misfield or a drop catch, he has gone and spoken to his teammate. What more do you want? What do you want the captain to do? What can the captain do? Tell me. This is a relatively inexperienced side, a youngish side. You know, what can he do? When he was batting with Rishabh Pant, he was controlling that. When he was batting with Yashasvi Jaiswal was cramping up. He was continuously talking to Yashasvi Jaiswal. What is the fault in Shubman Gill? Tell me, no. You said PR. Explain to me what PR is.
लाइफ में आप भी किसी न किसी आपका भी कोई फेवरेट प्लेयर रहा होगा. जब वो फॉर्म में नहीं होगा तो आप भी आपके फैंस के साथ, आपके क्रिकेट लवर्स के साथ आप भी उनके बारे में डिफेंड करते होंगे. तो देखिए, ये लाइक्स डिसलाइक्स की बात नहीं है. You have to back up your team. You have to back your captain. And the way the Boriada has said, he has done extreme. बहुत ही अच्छा उन्होंने किया.
I was criticizing Gill last year. Of course I was, and I will again. If Gill doesn't score in Sena countries, anyone and everyone will look. It is not about criticizing last year and not criticizing this year. If somebody doesn't do well, you will criticize. This is sport. And if somebody does well, you will openly say he has done well. That's what it is. There is no agenda peddling here, no PR. If India doesn't do well, you criticize the bowlers because they haven't done well. Shardul Thakur is a friend of mine. That doesn't mean I will say Shardul Thakur has bowled beautifully here. No. Shardul Thakur is very, very good friends with me. Extremely close to me. But when I'm doing my job here, Gaurav 10, or whatever your handle is, it is my job to call the game exactly as I see the game. And I give 2 hoots for any player. 2 hoots for any player. It's as simple as that. And neither will my colleagues here. Their salaries and the Rev Sports money doesn't come from any player and will not. Let's be very categorical here.
It's very true.
There are many more questions.
I think, what time is it?
5 more, 7 more minutes and we'll go. 10:25. Who should start the bowling today?
Bumrah?
And Siraj.
Hands down. Bumrah and Siraj. Who else? First change, I would bring in Shardul Thakur actually.
I guess. Yeah, you are bang on.
This one I agree.
Bang on.
Zoro, Anshul should have stayed with the team instead of Harshit Rana. I agree with this.
I agree.
Anshul Kamboj, from what we've
He was
seen in the
impressive.
warm-up games, he has the ability to move the ball. Harshit, you've already got a Prasidh Krishna, hit the deck kind of bowler. I don't think Anshul Kamboj would have been a bad addition at all.
If you're asking me, I'll go with Arshdeep Singh at this kind of a...
100%. Arshdeep Singh, your first preference, but Anshul Kamboj, if you're keeping one extra player, Harshit was not part of your squad. You kept Harshit back. That's where you could have kept Anshul Kamboj back.
See, might be team management will ask one more player because see, there is a too much workload for this 5 Test match series. We also saw in Australia, in South Africa also, Mukesh was there. There are plenty of other bowlers, and ye players, Dada, they are coming from IPL. 2 months full cricket. Every third day there is a game. Fragile, fatigueness hota hai. So might be they will bring Anshul Kamboj, but cheeze kaisi hai ki you will get in two venues. There is a spinny track. So might be and Kuldeep और इनको भी मौका मिलेगा, but देखो you have a decent pace attack. Arshdeep little bit niggle is there, that's why he is not a part of a squad.
Arshdeep Singh should certainly come in if you get conditions like this. Prasidh Krishna, pardon me? Yeah. So Prasidh Krishna has an acid test today. It is his time to step up. It is his time to kind of make a difference. It is his time to kind of put his hand up and say, I want to be counted. You know what? I've always felt this. When the platform is big, and I keep telling my colleagues this, when the platform is this, go embrace it. Take the challenge. Don't be negative about it. There will be crisis. Face it. Don't be negative about it. Face the crisis head on. This is that. It's an opportunity. Go prove yourself. That's why you're playing test match cricket. You're not playing club cricket. This is India. 11 players out of 1 billion people get an opportunity to go out there and do something for India in England in the test match arena. Go do it. That's what Prasidh Krishna should believe. Soak it in. Make the most of that opportunity and go make a difference. That's what Gautam Gambhir should talk to his boys about. Remember New Zealand? 437 is what India got. This guy, 10 hours. 10 hours, Gautam Gambhir, go
Napier.
bat it out.
Napier
Napier.
2009.
Now, exactly, India becomes
I
the
was
number
there.
one test nation. That's Gautam Gambhir. We've got to show the world we are the number one test nation. This is your opportunity for a young side to revel and stand up. Go do it. Go do it. If Prasidh Krishna doesn't embrace these conditions, which condition will he embrace it, my friend?
Exactly.
Come on.
He feels last night when he gone back to the hotel because he knows what are the conditions, what he has done for the team. देखिए गलतियां होती हैं, but the thing is, Prasidh is a good learner of the game. Maybe he will show his intent
ऐसे
today.
लगता है कहीं ना कहीं मेंटल ब्लॉक है बिकॉज हमने नेट सेशंस में भी देखा था उसे ही वाज लुकिंग गुड बट समथिंग हैपेंस व्हेन ही कम्स आउट ऑन दैट फील्ड ऑन मैच डे maybe it's pressure maybe it's nerves
He also know Gagi because see the two good pace bowlers are in waiting.
Yes.
Akashdeep because of in Nigel he is not playing. Otherwise वो इस team में होते. Arshdeep Singh is also sitting and now Harshit Rana is in line.
Yes.
So maybe Prasidh Krishna knows that if I am not doing well, I might be not picked up for the rest of the game. So देखिए each and every day is not a Sunday. आपको कभी कभी जो है वो फेलियर का सामना करना पड़ता है, बट इन चीज से आप कितनी जल्दी उभर के आते हैं, that is called a smart cricketer. I guess the Prasidh Krishna in compared to the yesterday's game, maybe वो आज अच्छी गेंदबाजी करेंगे. Forget about the wickets. Wickets मिलना कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि विकेट्स मिले तो ही आप सक्सेसफुल बॉलर है. If you are creating a pressure from the other end for your partner from the other end, क्रिकेट उसे कहा जाता है कि हंटिंग इन द पेस. जो bowlers होते हैं, they are making, see why Anil Kumble got lots of wickets, because in early days Rajesh Chauhan and Venkatpati Raju was creating the pressure from other end and Anil Kumble got the wicket. Same thing in the pace bowling department, Venkatesh Prasad or Jabbar Krishna doing the same thing here. Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah, they are doing the same thing. उनको तो दोनों एंड से विकेट मिलते थे घर की, but here I think if
Circumstances अलग है.
exactly if the Prasidh Krishna is creating the pressure from this end, might be from the other end, Jasprit Bumrah हो या मोहम्मद सिराज हो या शार्दुल ठाकुर हो, they will get the wicket and वही एक collective part होता है.
Closing comments?
No, I think Prasidh Krishna has to step up today. And it's not about doing much. It's not about trying too much or too many variations. That's not what we need from Prasidh Krishna. We need disciplined bowling. That's all we need from Prasidh Krishna and Mohammad Siraj. Look, Mohammad Siraj looks like a world-class bowler for 3 balls and then something happens and he looks like a club cricket bowler.
But in second
The
spell
spell,
from
he was
this
very
February,
good. Yeah, I said that. That he was really troubling Joe Root out there, and that's a statement, right? That he was putting that sort of pressure on from one end, and Bumrah was also doing his job. But it's about discipline. Channel your inner Mohammad Shami and bowl, find your area and bowl there over and over.
They will
again.
do better today, which
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think
they
so
will do
too.
better.
I have a feeling.
Gambhir is a really taskmaster. He needs results.
All of us believe this morning session will define India's character. This is about character. This is about wanting to be out there. This is about wanting to make a difference. This is about wanting to be the hero for your country. The platform is set. The crowd is getting there. The opportunity is humongous. It is ginormous to be able to say it. How big a platform this is for any of these cricketers to soak it all in and become a hero. We will be back with you at lunch. If there is a rain break, we will be joining you before. But there is no chance of rain in that sense. 20% chance of precipitation in the morning, which shouldn't happen. Weather-wise, we'll close the show. It's still pretty cloudy and overcast. No real sunshine. Pretty cool. Not as warm as the last couple of days. And that's how it is supposed to be. 21, 22 and 11, 12. Cool kind of weather. Good for fast bowling. Gargi, Amit and I signing off from outside the Headingley Cricket Ground. We will be back at luncheon break, hopefully with some good news.
Be ready for the Super Sunday.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Keep your conversations coming. Keep your conversations and comments coming. For these shows are for you. Thanks for watching.